Hello everybody and welcome to episode 42 of the Tottenham Way with Tottenham Hotspur. Today we take on Sunderland in what could be the day that Tottenham Hotspur win the Premier League title. But a lot of things need to happen for that to happen. We may well end up coming back for the last game of the season home to West Ham. Let's show why. Because after securing a place in the FA Cup final, we beat Brentford by 2-1. We needed a late goal as well. Kai Havertz was the man that provided it after Dominic Solanke had put us in front. Utara equalised with about 5 minutes to play before Kai Havertz stepped off the bench and scored the winning goal. But that, coupled with a draw for Chelsea, with their game still to come in hand, means we are a point clear of Manchester City, who have got 3 wins on the bounce now. So we have to beat Sunderland today. They are bottom of the table, though, on 25 points, and they are practically down. They cannot catch Norwich City unless there's a massive swing in the goal difference. There's 6 points between the two sides. And yeah, relegation is all but confirmed. And we will be the ones, probably, hopefully, drive the nail into the coffin. Elsewhere down the bottom, West Ham are only 3 points clear of the relegation places. Fulham are at Manchester United today, who find themselves in 8th place and struggling to make Europe at this point. Nottingham Forest are up into 7th, Newcastle in 6th, Arsenal in 5th. The top 4 separated by 6 points. So Liverpool still in with a squeak of a chance, but it is a squeak at this point. So here are the 2 starting lineups for our trip to the Stadium of Light, with Roos starting in goal for Sunderland, Michele, Ballard, Alretti, Rendell, Xhaka, Rigg, Sanaki, Elenda, Adringa, with Bobbery leading the line for them as we start with Turbin in goal. Porro, Romero, Branthwaite, Van der Ven, Sarr, Bergvall, Maddison, Kudus, Rogers, with Dominic Solanke leading the line. And the beauty of the final 2 rounds of the Premier League season is everybody plays at the same time. I'm going to put Chelsea to win this title. They have kind of the advantage. They have the extra game. We have the points on the board. But they are only good if you convert them in the yellow strip tonight at the Stadium of Light, or this afternoon. So we'll keep abreast of what is happening elsewhere. It could be down to a 2-horse race. We'll see how Manchester City get on as well. Sunderland going down to the Championship. Possibly us going to the title. And you would fancy, given the form we've been in, that we're going to win this one. You never know. Sunderland is a difficult place to go normally. In real life, at least. In Football Manager, it seems to be a lot easier. And they are going back to the Championship. Hopefully their return will not be as long as it was the last time they were relegated. As Aderinga picks up the ball into Bobbery into centre, and he puts it wide. He finds the ball into Solanke. Will he go around the corner? He'll go over the top looking for Kudus. That's a nice ball in behind. Can he find Lucas Bergvall? He can! He can't find the net though. Behind for a corner. As the ball is sent long down the field. Branthwaite should win the header and does. Bergvall will pick it up. Plays the ball into Maddison. Round the corner for Solanke. Looking for Morgan Rogers. Tries to keep the ball in play and active as the ball goes to Van der Ven. Back into Morgan Rogers. Nice ball. Nice 1-2. Playing it around the box. Too close to the keeper in the end though. But those Tottenham fans are showing their appreciation. It's a long trip to Sunderland. It's a long trip to the northeast from the north of London. As the ball is with Maddison. Looking towards Mohamed Kudus. Trying to get inside the penalty area. He does get inside. He's allowed to carry on running. And I think Dominic Solanke is the man that blocks it on the line and clears it back downfield. Honestly. Van der Ven. I can see why some people are playing 24 again. I'm enjoying it. I'm still enjoying it. I'll keep saying it. Despite its flaws, I'm still enjoying it. Morgan Rogers with a good interception. Very scrappy. Dominic Solanke picks it up. Tries to drive beyond the Sunderland defenders. Gets inside the penalty area. Tries to get a shot away. And they will prevent the corner. But we're starting to get on top. As Ruth has got the ball. Sends it long down the field. Can we win the header? Pedro Porro nods it forward. Lucas Bergvall flicks it on. Kudus picks it up. trying to go beyond his man. And then he is fouled. That's quite cynical. That's something I would have done when I played. Just clip his ankles. Let him know you're there. And the referee showing very lenient tendencies. But will we punish them from the set piece? Hopefully so. Ball towards the back stick. Looking for Christian Romero. Lets it run. Okay. I mean, unless you swing it into the penalty area, which he's done, to be fair, but the keeper's come and claimed it. A draw is not a disaster for us today. A win would be ideal, given that they're bottom of the table. But a draw will keep Manchester City at arm's length just about. We need to beat West Ham on the final day and pray that Chelsea don't win 3 games out of 3. That's the scenario we find ourselves in. Chelsea are the outlier right now. Till their midweek game is done, we are not going to know where we are. Van de Ven with the ball on the left. Plays it back into Branthwaite. On to Romero. Driving into the space. Bergvall around the corner for Pedro Porro. On to Kudus. He's got to go back towards Lucas Bergvall. He finds the ball over the top looking for Pedro Porro. Squared towards goal. I mean, he used his foot. Could he have found Dominic Solanke? He was there for the tap-in. At the moment, surely it's a matter of when rather than if. As Romero gets the header on goal, it's off the line. It's got to go in eventually, boys. Good ball to Kudus. Good save. Flag goes up. No. Corner ball. We might move on to positive for the second half because we have dominated the first. We just don't have a goal to show for it as half-time arrives. Let's have a look what's going on elsewhere. Honestly. So Arsenal lead Burnley at half-time. Brentford lead Brighton. Chelsea lead Norwich. That moves them on to 75, so we do need to win. At the moment, Liverpool are on to 73. Where are Man City? Man City are drawing with Bournemouth. We've gone past them. Newcastle are beating Nottingham Forest. So yeah, we need a goal in the second half. We are going to go on to positive. We might as well. We are in the ascendancy. We've been unlucky so far. Let's get this goal. Hopefully we will come out second half, grab a couple of goals and get ready for a London derby on the final day of the Premier League season. This is when I start thinking about the bench. 10 minutes into the second half. As the ball is back with Ballard. Sunderland starting to step onto us a little bit more, which is interesting. All first half it was how will we break them down? Now it's kind of the opposite way around. But Mickey Van de Ven, I don't understand again why he's not just taken the ball away. Came across the man, had the opportunity, didn't do it. Tired of looking at what I'm looking at. So, Kudus is going to come off. Kai Havertz, man that scored the winning goal last time around, is going to come on. And we're going to bring on Xavi for James Maddison in the centre of the park. Dom has a goal in him. We know that. We've seen it plenty of times. A win is definitely something we need at this point in time. Morgan Rogers has picked the ball up. Doesn't matter how it goes in as long as it does. At this point, ball across into Lucas Bergvall. Just over the top of the bar though. Didn't dip in time. Right, so we are going to send for the cavalry. We're not going to do what we normally do. So Morgan Rogers is going to come off at this point to bring Strand Larsen into the mix. Stick those two up top together. Xavi will go to the left. Pat Sarr will go into midfield. And then we've got to do that all over again in the in-possession screen. There we go. Just like that. What would really hurt now is a Sunderland goal. But Bobbery gets the header on goal and Turbin has an easy catch. Come on, we should be ahead. Lucas Bergvall with the corner. Just attack it. That's all I ask you to do. Ball in the penalty area. Doesn't beat the first man. Dominic Solanke picks it up. Sends it back to Lucas Bergvall. Into Xavi. It's a poor ball from Xavi. But he is kept alive by Dominic Solanke, who's playing quarterback at the right moments. As Havertz has got the ball inside the penalty area. He's got to drive it low. He might go alone. He's trying to score another goal. He's got another goal. Kai Havertz. Single-handedly at the moment. Keeping this title race in our own hands. And it all comes from Dominic Solanke at the back, defending the ball, and then Kai Havertz works his magic, takes on one, glides past two, slides it into the net. We finally break them down. And then what we are going to do, we are immediately going to take off Dominic Solanke at this point. And we are going to bring on... It's going to have to be Andreas, isn't it? And then we just go back to what we were doing. Stick him in there. Pop you there. Job is a good one. There we go. Easy as you like. Because you may well be needed next Sunday, son. Sunderland have a corner. Quarter of an hour to play. They have a chance to still throw a spanner in the works at this point in time. And Turbin has come and he hasn't claimed it. And a free kick has been given for a foul on the goalkeeper. There's a rare one. Big game coming for us the following weekend. Can Chelsea drop points? Will Chelsea drop points? Kai Havertz will grab a second goal though. And he's starting against West Ham. All being well. Because he has proved to be the difference tonight. What a second goal. Cuts inside on it. Leaves his man behind. And then fires it in the far corner. This time into the roof of the net. Andreas. Looking for Van der Ven. Looking for more. Hopefully. Not Mikey Moore. Just looking for more. Bergvall. With the ball through to Strand Larsen. Plays it wide to Havertz. He is causing all sorts of problems for this Sunderland backline. As he drives towards the penalty area again. This time someone decides to put a foot in. They've learnt their lesson from the first two times it happened. Into 6 added minutes at the Stadium of Light. And it is going to be an away win for us. Big win. Struggled to break him down, but we've done it in the end. Now we've just got to finish the job next week. I didn't even see that happen. They've got a free kick on the edge of the box. It's not quite job done yet. Xhaka with it. To throw a spanner in the works. Hopefully the wall will do its job. When he eventually decides to take the damn thing. In your own time. Yes, the wall does do its job. Kai Havertz is going to be stuck on 2. And Sunderland are going to finish the game with 10. By the looks of it. Because he's fouled his man. He wants a word. And it is going to be a red card for Ronaldo. Let's check out those final scores. See how Chelsea get on in the midweek game. And then we know what is to come on the final day in a few minutes' time. And that is it. Full time. Sunderland 0, Tottenham 2. Kai Havertz, the difference. Came on. I'll have a look in a second exactly what minute he came on. He scored on 70 and 81. He came on just before the hour. And that is the antithesis of an impact sub. So here are the Premier League results from this weekend. Arsenal beat Burnley by 4-0 to pretty much seal their fate as well. Manchester City beat Bournemouth to stay a point behind with 1 to play. Brentford beat Brighton. Chelsea beat Norwich to move on to 75, so they can move on to 78 with a win in midweek. Crystal Palace hammered Ipswich by 5-1. 4-1 for Liverpool against Aston Villa. Manchester United drew 0-0 with Fulham. Newcastle beat Nottingham Forest and Everton beat West Ham. So, 2 sides been relegated to the Championship. Burnley and Southampton have gone down. The final place is between West Ham, Fulham and Norwich City on the final day of the Premier League season. Let's check out the result that Chelsea have got in the midweek round of fixtures and see where we lie. And I tell you what, the Premier League, it always throws up a surprise or two. Brighton beat Chelsea by 2-1. Evan Ferguson with a 94th minute winner, which now means the title race is down to 2. Chelsea cannot win it from here. It's between us and Manchester City going into the final day. So here are the fixtures we're looking out for on this final Premier League weekend. So at Craven Cottage, Fulham and Ipswich collide. A win for Fulham would see them safe, depending on what happens elsewhere. Other game involved in that is Norwich and Liverpool. Same scenario for Norwich. If they win, they will be okay depending on what happens between Fulham and Ipswich. West Ham are on us, and they need a point and results to go their way to survive. At the top, where we're focusing our attention on, of course, Manchester City are at home to Nottingham Forest. A win for Man City wins them the title. Anything else, and it's ours, provided we beat West Ham. As we go into this game without Christian Romero, picked up an injury in between the two matches, and we're without Jørgen Strand Larsen. So Rasmus Højlund makes the bench for the first time in goodness knows how long. Turbin starts in goal for us though. Porro, Branthwaite, Van der Ven, Udogie, Sarr, Bergvall, Madison, Havertz, Rogers, with Dominic Solanke leading the line. As West Ham start with Ramsdale in goal. Topbo, Elvini, Kumbulo, Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, Binstrup, Juve, Batrokov, Fernandez, with Trossard leading the line for them, and West Ham praying that nothing happens below them. Because N17 might well be having a huge party come the end of the afternoon. 1960-61, the last time Tottenham won a league title. Yes, we've won the Carabao Cup. Yes, before my time, we've won the Europa League. We might potentially have the FA Cup down the track. But this is the big one. This is where it all comes down to it. 38 games. It's a long season. Will it end in glory? We are about to find out. A win secures the title. Let's get off and underway. Let's get an early goal. Let's settle this game down. Hopefully we can have a massive party at the end of it. Although we have got a cup final next week, folks. So don't party too hard. West Ham obviously on the precipice, but they have the advantage going into the final day. They've got the 2 points over the two sides below them. As Chelsea take an early lead against Burnley. What might have been for Chelsea. Losing to Brighton in midweek has definitely put the kibosh on them, as Crystal Palace take an early lead because the dugout thingy's working today. Didn't seem to be working last weekend, did it? Bergvall with the corner. Ball into the penalty area. Mickey rises, hits the post, bounces clear, and we don't score inside 13 minutes. As Brentford take the lead against Everton. No goals of any significance so far. Ball towards Ward-Prowse. In towards Batavov. In to Ward-Prowse again. The rain is starting to tumble down at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's May, for goodness sake. It's either one way or the other on the final day of the season. It's either glorious sunshine and baking hot, or it is pissing it down with rain. There is no in between on the final day of the Premier League season. I've known that from many years of going to final Premier League games of the season. Dominic Solanke with the ball on the edge of the box. Finds Lucas Bergvall. Drives inside the penalty area. Fires it over the top. Unlike Lucas. Hasn't scored for a little while. Will there be a bit of scoreboard pressure from the Etihad? No, they're a goal down to Nottingham Forest. Even better. That'll do. Imagine if we have to do absolutely nothing on the final day. Finish it 0-0. That would be a very Tottenham way to win this thing. But you can imagine that Manchester City will fight back in that game, but we will keep an eye on it. Can't believe they're behind. I wonder who scored. We will find out, because we are racing through the first half. It has been snooze fest so far. Pedro Neto has put Chelsea 2-0 up. Again, what might have been for Chelsea? They could have been in the driving seat going into today. We've been the team under pressure at this point. At the moment, we're enjoying ourselves. Ball into Branthwaite. Into Pat Sarr. In towards Morgan Rogers. Into the back of the net. There's the goal we needed. It sends West Ham closer to the drop. But they might just get away with it. Either way, they are going to be gutted to see us winning this title. And Morgan Rogers, the £80 million man, sweeps us in front. And that's all due. So there's nothing happening at Fulham. Manchester United lead Aston Villa. Doesn't have any significance. Ball into the midfield. Lucas Bergvall picking it up. A second before half-time would be ideal, folks. And then we can really start the party. Because at the moment we're winning this at a canter. Ball into the middle. Looking for Solanke. There we go. 2-0. Job is a good one. West Ham, all it needs now is a win for Norwich or Fulham, and they are going down. They need a lot to change, but Dominic Solanke sends them in 2-0 down at half-time. I thought today would be quite nerve-shredding. I thought West Ham, they're going to show up for this. At the moment, they haven't done so. As the ball is in to Fernandes in the middle. Are they even going to get a shot at goal? They're not. Kai Havertz is going to pick it up and drive down the field. And then Juve is going to foul him. Because they need Norwich and Fulham to win, don't we? To send West Ham down. It may happen. You never know. Final day of the season does funny things down at the bottom. At the top of the table today, though, we are in control as half-time arrives. 2-0 up. 2 quick-fire goals. 1 from Morgan Rogers, 1 from Dominic Solanke at the end of the first half. Norwich are a goal down to Liverpool, and Fulham are drawing with Ipswich. So West Ham, at the moment, will survive. It will be Norwich City that are going through the trapdoor as it stands, unless they can turn it around. At the top of the table, Nottingham Forest are beating Manchester City, so that we are in control. And let's just sit back and enjoy the second half, because barring a complete disaster, it's done. Dejan Kulusevski puts Newcastle in front against Arsenal. He'll have enjoyed that. As the ball is with Dominic Solanke. In towards James Maddison. Down he goes. Free kick given. West Ham having a torrid time at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium so far today. I have a feeling it might get worse before it gets better. Come on, Norwich and Fulham. Crystal Palace. Manchester City have their equaliser. Okay. Oh my word. Jesus, Nelly. Don't start screwing around now. I mean, come on, this has been plain sailing to this point. Lucas Berval has got the ball, trying to find it low, and it's behind for a corner 10 minutes into the second half. Got to start thinking about next week, haven't we, really? Kai Havertz has got the ball, hasn't had the effect he had against Sunderland, but he's done his job in these 2 games. He will depart the scene shortly for Mohamed Kudus, who will get a reception like a fart in a lift. Ball into Kai Havertz. Will he have a shot at goal? He will for 3. No, he puts it wide. And that's how unexpected that was. Well, then, let's give Kudus half an hour against his former club. So he's going to come on for Havertz. We're going to take off Mickey van der Ven as well. Give Mickey a bit of a rest before the final. Kevin Danso coming on. We're going to take off Lucas Bergvall as well. And we're going to bring on Javi in towards Wan-Bissaka. Destiny straight up against him. I'll probably take Destiny off as well later on and bring on Bard. One of them's going to have to play left back at Wembley. And Manchester City have taken the lead against Nottingham Forest now, so nothing silly here. Please. Didn't Chelsea already have a third against Burnley? I forget. Was it 2-0 or 3-0? Anyway, Chelsea are going to finish third. So the ball is with James Maddison. It's round the corner for Solanke. Out to Kudus it goes. Racing down that right-hand side. Trying to pick out a teammate. Finds James Maddison. Wide. Behind for a corner. And we are going to make 2 more changes with 15 minutes to play. We're going to have a bit of fun. So we're going to take off Dominic Solanke. Rasmus Højlund is going to come on. Because if he can score against anybody, West Ham would be a good opposition. And we're going to bring Bard on as well, with next week in mind. Everybody else kind of knows that they probably will be playing at Wembley. Let's see how the final 10 minutes of the Premier League season goes. Will we have a scare? I doubt it. At this point, the title is done. Doesn't matter what happens at the Etihad. We are going to win the title. Pedro Porro is going to take the corner, and hopefully a third goal is going to end up in the back of the net. And it's going to end up with Branthwaite, and it's tipped behind. He probably should have scored, you're right. As Fulham lead. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately. I think Norwich City might be the party poopers. Although West Ham know that they're probably alright. I don't know they're alright, because nothing's come up about Norwich and Liverpool. Didn't come up in the first half either. Ball's behind for a goal kick. I don't think Rasmus Højlund has touched the ball. Let's just quickly check while we're here. No. Norwich are 2-0 down to Liverpool. The game is up. The game is up everywhere. In to the final 10 seconds. Liverpool have a third. Norwich City will be the ones going down. But the ones that are going to finish as the number one is going to be us. For the first time since 1961, Tottenham Hotspur win a title. A league title. And hopefully the graphic is going to be alright. There is the Premier League trophy. Here we come. Me first. I would have sent the players out first. This is nice. I love it. Oh, there is no Tottenham logo on there. That's fine. We don't need one. Pedro Porro is going to be the man to lift the trophy, though. And he is going to lift it high. There we go. That's what we do. To be fair, we have drawn that many games this season. This could have been done and dusted months ago. We have earned it. The Premier League title is ours by a point in the end. But it doesn't matter. You win it. Doesn't matter how you do it. So here are the results from the final day of the Premier League season. As Manchester United beat Aston Villa by 1-0. Brighton beat Bournemouth by 3-0. Quite a game at Turf Moor, 5-2 to Chelsea in the end. 4-1 Crystal Palace beat Sunderland. Brentford beat Everton 2-0. Fulham did win on the final day to survive and sent West Ham closer to the abyss, but sadly they do stay up. Manchester City beat Nottingham Forest in the end. Newcastle and Arsenal finished 1-1. There's the result from Carrow Road that confirms Norwich's relegation. 3-0 the final score there. There's the one, though, that secures us a Premier League title, folks. 2-0 on the final day. No dramas at all. And it should be in gold, but it's not. So 82 points from our 38 games played. 13 draws. That's what I mean about us winning this at a canter. We have done. Least amount of goals conceded out of everybody. Haven't scored the most, but we've got the best goal difference, level with Liverpool on 52. So again, what might have been for them had they not had that bit of a wobble towards the end of the season. Chelsea had it in their hands to take it to the final day and blew it in midweek against Brighton, who finished 9th in the end. So Brentford qualify for the Conference League, I think. It's all very confusing. Norwich City relegated on the final day. Didn't win in their last 5. That's what's done for them. So West Ham survive by the skin of their teeth. So next time at Wembley is the irresistible force versus the immovable objects, as Tottenham take on Liverpool, the top scorers in the Premier League with 91 goals, against the team that conceded the least, with us in 31. So it's going to be a very interesting final at Wembley next time around. I hope you've enjoyed today. Title success. To be fair, that run from probably March onwards? No, even before that. February onwards. We had a little bit of a dip in January, but not too much. I mean, we've been brilliant pretty much all season. Drawn too many games. That was the only thing that was going to stop us, potentially. Once we hit the front, we were going to win it. All ends up. And yeah, can we crown it off by winning the double next time around? Join me then. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed it, please leave a like on it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.